What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekend astrology forecast for the weekend of June 4th and the 5th of 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I hope that you're ready for this weekend. It's a big weekend. We're going to see, of course, Saturn station retrograde this Saturday at 2:47 p.m. on the West Coast, 5:47 p.m. on the East Coast. This is, a big moment, especially with the square to Mercury and Mercury just coming direct less than 24 hours prior. Big decisions. This moon in Leo is trying to have you make decisions in your personal life that are fun, especially with the sextile too from the moon over to the sun in Gemini. It's about the excitement, the love. These are decisions in life that you really want to look into the future and make for yourself. And every day is kind of that way. It's like really look at the day and be like, is this what I really want to commit? Is this what I really want to persevere and move forward with in my life? Is this what I want to dedicate myself to? Does it make me happy? Does it have fun built into it? Does it have excitement? Does it have curiosity, stimulation? Like, that's the big part of this weekend that's so important. Is it's like, it can feel like the cement is getting poured in our lives. And where do you want the cement to be poured? Is it on the foundation of what your heart really wants, truly, or not? That moon's going to make great aspects over to Mars and Chiron today with the trine over to those planets in Aries. And it's a very aspected moon, but it's got good aspects and it's got harsh aspects today. Of course, the harsh aspect would be the squares over to Venus in Taurus. Best of the best stuff here. This is top quality, top shelf stuff here. This is the love, the excitement, the romance, the ability to express yourself and your value at the highest of levels so that you can kind of like reflect that back at you. If you look at Venus, it really looks like a mirror, right? Like a little handheld mirror. And it's in Taurus, which is the sign of yourself and the self-love. And the moon's here in Leo, which is love and self-love. And that pure expression of self. And it's about pouring the concrete and making big decisions for a future here. As I mentioned with Mars and Jupiter, they're not going to meet in Aries again, starting this new story of your identity and of your power and your will and your instincts to be a warrior for happiness, the moon in Leo. These are really big moments here that we've been living through, and especially today of like, certain things are not making you happy anymore. The sun is square Juno exact today from Gemini to that Juno in Pisces. Relationships might not be making you happy. They might not be the dream. There might be an over idealism of something that doesn't even make you happy and it's not even something you want to commit to and really marry in your life. Maybe it's not a relationship, but just aspects in your life of really putting your value and your message of your truth out there. And this is where your truth is your rock. Your heart energy, your love, your light is your rock. And especially as we come into Sunday, with a moon that's going to be so heavily aspected with squares to the north and south node in Taurus and Scorpio, and with the opposition to Saturn retrograde, you can't even question the power of this day, in a sense, especially Sunday, of big decisions to transform your life for quality, for something better, for something amazing. And let's not forget that the moon's also going to square over to Uranus in Taurus on Saturday. That was the other square over there. This is where people are making extremely liberated decisions this weekend to do what they want to do. Because in their soul, they know they have to dedicate to a higher character, a higher purpose. And this is just believing too in yourself that if you make big decisions, that there's payout on the other side. And it can feel like, oh, I'm just losing something. No, you're opening up the universe to where you're really supposed to be, to the timeline that you really came here for. Because maybe we're living out all these timelines at once, but every decision you make puts you on the timeline of the moment that you're at right now. So you got to look ahead into the future here and start to visualize what that timeline is and really be persistent and steady and make choices that resonate with your heart, that resonate with the curiosity to expand your identity, to be true to yourself in the truest of forms, to have quality and happiness and love, and most importantly, self-worth, to know that you are a very powerful, very strong, very worthy soul, and you came here to transmute a bunch of energy that's trying to reflect back at you false narratives, false projections of the world, of yourself. And this is where you got to cut out all that BS and really get to the bottom line about where things are going for your future, for your identity, and for your happiness. Because this is where people can fall into like, I'm not happy, I don't want to do this, but they'll pour the concrete and they'll be stuck there. And it's Gemini season, and it's time to adapt. It's time to change, to mutate, to pivot, to look at the other side, to go towards that timeline of the twin within you that you really want to be on. Around people that show you love. Because you're showing yourself love, and that's the reflection you're getting back. You know, this is a big weekend. So, you know, until October here, Saturn's going to be retrograde, but it's just the first. Neptune's about to go retrograde. Jupiter's going to go retrograde. Chiron's going to go retrograde. They're all going to go retrograde. So we're going to be in a very retro time here, and this is these decisions that you're making, you know, that you have made up into this point to get you at this timeline right now, but the decisions you make this weekend about following what's lighting you up from the inside out will resonate into a future that you can't even imagine right now, but you can kind of get to it, and it's about doing the things in life and stepping up for the quality of what that is for yourself, and you can't stop yourself from that. Also, the sun will sextile Chiron, so this is a huge moment in our healing. We haven't had Chiron at this 15th degree with a sextile to the sun in Gemini since the 70s. So this is a huge healing moment for the collective and for you in your own life to see the truth of all things, to cut through the BS, to not look at yourself as less than, to not look at yourself as some wounded warrior, but as a pure warrior that's in the humility of the heart. Card for the day is the King of Cups in reverse. It can definitely feel as if emotion is not our strong point right now, but that's where, you know, feeling into the stuff that really feels like your full self, full creative expression of the identity and the person and the environment and the dedication and the mission that you're here for, feeling it so that you can bring it in and not just pushing your feelings under the rug and not having the courage to speak up and say what's really true to you. This is the Page of Wands. Yeah, be curious about all the things you can create and realize how powerful you can be, but you have to be willing to go out on the journey. You have to be willing to go out on the quest to see that there's more to learn, there's more to create, there's more to do. Get on the timeline of getting on where you really want to be and do those things. This is definitely a weekend where you have to do the things that you want to be doing. You have to. It's top shelf, top quality this weekend. Moon in Leo, making big squares over to Venus, especially in Taurus, Uranus, the North Node. Just had eclipses in that area. I mean, this is like, we all have to work through some serious self-worth issues so that we can get the value of life, whether it's money, monetary, or just how we want to create life moving forward. Changes need to be made to expand and grow, and the curiosity there can give you just unbelievable, unmatched potential. And the Four of Cups. There's so many gifts out there with these decisions. There's so much positive energy that's showing you, wow, look at this beautiful life you can have. Take it. Please take it. you keep looking at all these other things that you don't like, that you don't want to do, that you're not into, and you'd rather pay attention to those things than taking the best possible gift from God you could possibly have. I love you guys. I just want you to know that this is a weekend to have the best time to do the things that you want to do. That's the message. This is the test. And Saturn's now retrograde, and it can feel like time has stopped, because time stopped for this moment for you to identify with your power and will to live a life that you want, and to stop playing games or doubting yourself. You have to show yourself the ultimate love, and that takes courage, and it takes being able to liberate yourself from all the things in life that are just keeping you looking at this mess, looking at this, So, love you all very much. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you all for Monday's horoscope. Much love. Peace.